Okay, so now that we have WordPress installed on our server, let's go ahead and update some of the settings and add the theme and the plugins that we need in order to create our website. So the first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to go to our plugins here. And you'll see that it lists two different plugins that we have in WordPress. Now, what WordPress plugins are little pieces of software that you can add to WordPress. There are tons of them to add extra functionality to your site. And so these, you don't want to have too many because you don't want to bog down your site and make it too slow. But these are the ones that were automatically added with the SiteGround installation. So this we don't need either of these. This optimizer is what connects it to SiteGround's optimization tools, which I'm not honestly too familiar with, but we don't need it right now, so we can deactivate it, or you can keep it activated, whatever you want to do. I'm going to go ahead and deactivate this. And I could delete it, but like I said, I'm not going to delete it. I'll keep it there. And then the WordPress starter, what that is this dashboard. It just changes the dashboard to kind of look like this, which we don't need. So I'm going to go here and deactivate that as well. And I can delete it. So now this is what the normal, anybody that normally when you start WordPress, what it looks like, what the dashboard looks like. Which can be customized, but I usually don't. I usually do for my clients, but I get to everything I need over here on the left-hand side anyway. So those are that's plugins, and we'll come back to that later when we add a new plugin. Let's go to our settings here. So under the general tab, you'll see the site title, and I'm going to go ahead and change that to my name. And the tagline, I don't really want one. What the tagline is you'll see this is the site title, and then this is just the tagline. Usually you might say just another WordPress site or something like that. But we don't need a tagline here unless you really want one. So I'm going to delete that. I'll keep everything else the same. I'll change my time zone. And this just helps with if you have like a blog post or just organizing, when you did stuff, when you made changes. So you can use the UTC time codes here if you are familiar with that. I am not too familiar with those. I mean, I know what it is, but I'd rather just choose a city. So I'm going to scroll up to, I just hit N for New York, and that's the East Coast. If you're on Central Time, you would choose a city. If you go all the way up to the top, you'll see Africa, then you'll see America, and then you can choose a city that, Chicago or Denver, Detroit, whatever's in your time zone. I'm not sure what city. I know, William, you're on Central Time. Maybe Boise? I'm not sure. Maybe that might be Mountain Time. But yeah, so I'm on Eastern Standard Time, so I just choose New York. And then the date format, I'm going to keep it like that. I'm going to keep the time format the same, and then the week starts on Sunday. So I'm going to go ahead and save those changes. And now you'll see that the name of my blog has changed to Robin Janelle Smith. The next tab, we're not going to make any changes right now, but I want to show it to you, is the reading settings. And this is what tells you what your homepage displays. So your homepage, right now, to display like your latest posts. Like you have posts and you have pages. So we're going to be making pages, but they both work the same way. And can be designed the same way. But we're going to want to choose a static page and change our homepage to something that's just a page. Right now we just have one page that's the sample page, but we can change it to that, and you'll see, so you can see what happens. So this changes the home page to this sample page. And then I'm going to, yeah, so now if I refresh the page, my home page is the sample page here. You can also tick or untick this, discourage search engines from indexing this site. It kind of just helps, like right now we're kind of messing around with this, and you may not want this to necessarily, like if you're, I changed the name of this to my name, and so I may not want this to really show up in Google search engines right now. So I am going to go ahead and check that so that it does discourage it. So hopefully, like, if people are searching for my name, they won't get to this site, because this is just a testing area. So I'm going to go ahead and save those changes. And then the other thing that I want to change in the settings is the media. So I'm going to go ahead and change this to I'm going to uncheck this box. WordPress likes to upload things into month and year based folders, and it gets confusing. I just want all of my media into one folder. I don't want to have to remember when and what year and what date I updated it, and it just gets confusing. So I'm going to hit save changes there. And then the last thing that I think I want to change is the permalinks. I'm going to change that to post name. So it's just whatever the name of your post or your page is, it'll be your website / the name of that post, and it just makes it easier. So I'm going to save those changes, and then that's all for the WordPress settings for now. Now I want to get a theme, and that's what we skipped before when we were installing WordPress. We didn't want to choose a theme because I have a theme already for you. So if you go to Appearance and then go to Themes, and then right now the theme is 2019. We want to add a new theme. And you can upload themes from, if you find themes on the outside from like Theme Forest or other websites where you would, if you Google WordPress themes, you can find other, themes to do. But like the theme that I'm choosing is called Astra, and I like it because it's a nice clean theme. We want to just type that in the search box up here, and here it comes. And we can customize it to look however we want. I don't really like themes that have kind of like templates already built in for them, because I like to move things where I want them. And but that might work for you if you're like, I use them for inspiration, but I just don't use them. It might work for you if you're building a site for somebody else. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and install this theme and activate it. And then the next thing that I'm going to do is install excuse me, what's called a child theme. And this is a little advanced, but I like to do this. It's a good habit because if I need to make any coding changes to my theme, if I make any changes to the code in my theme, to any of the PHP files, then when the theme upgrades, which it does occasionally, you'll need to update your theme, it'll erase all of that. So I don't want to do that. I don't want that to happen. So I'm going to go ahead and upload a new theme, and this will be you'll be able to, I'll provide this for you in the modules, but that Astra Child theme, and we're going to go ahead and install that now, and I'm going to activate that. So now we just kind of have like a clone of the theme that's working off of this theme. You have to have both of them there. So it's just good practice to have. The last thing that I want to do for you guys is add for the Astra, as far as the Astra theme goes, is there is this is the free theme, which provides actually a lot of functionality, but there's a lot more functionality with the pro version of the theme, which I have a license to. So just so you guys can get your sites however you want them to, I'm gonna go ahead and give you a license for that. I have an unlimited license, and I'll give you the the pro plugin for that. So we're gonna go to plugins, because it's not a theme, it's a plugin for the theme. So add new, we're going to upload plugin, and it's going to be that Astra add-on plugin. And we're going to activate it. Plugin activated. And so now you'll see this at the top. It says activate your copy of Astra Pro. You'll see a little, warning sign. As soon as you send me your website domain, your website address here, that link there, then I can go ahead and plug that into my license and on the back end, and that will go away. So there's Astra. So now we set up WordPress, we have our theme, and so the next thing that we want to do is get the page builder, which is Elementor. Elementor is a page builder. It has lots of different widgets on it. It's going to make building your pages very, very, very easy. And I'll show you when we start building it how it kind of connects to CSS. So it makes the CSS changes in an easier, non-techie way. So I am going to go to, I'm already in plugins, and I'm going to add new, and this is in the repository already, Elementor. You'll see Elementor Page Builder, and this has a pro version too, but we don't need the pro version for what we're doing. The free version provides a lot of great stuff. So we went and installed and activated that. I do want you to watch this video. This gives you, it's a 3-minute overview, or it says 2-minute, but it's a quick overview of what Elementor does. So I think the last thing in this video, what we want to do is go into the Elementor settings, and I like to uncheck this because I like for my theme to control my fonts, because I want my fonts to be the same on all of my pages, and I want that to be, this will disable default fonts. Oh, it's already checked. Yeah, so checking this box will disable the Elementor's default fonts and make Elementor inherit the fonts for your theme. Okay, this is different because when I've done it before, I had to come in and check it, so it's already checked. Maybe they listen to user feedback, and maybe, I'm not the only one that does this. So same thing with the default colors. I'd like to put those into the theme, and then that's how I control Elementor. So this is how you set everything up here. Elementor, we have our WordPress is set up, Elementor is set up, our theme is installed. It's not set up, but it's installed. And then the last thing that I want you to do is go to users. So if you go to users, you'll see the user that you created for yourself. What I need you to do is create a user for me, because I need to go in here and be able to see what you guys are doing and all that good stuff. So that if I need to troubleshoot, or just because I want to see what you guys are doing and check on you guys. So create a username for me. If you could just create it as RJ Smith, and you can just use, well, it's not going to let me do it here, I don't think, because I already have robin.smith@goucher.edu. Yeah, okay, well, yeah, so it's not going to let me add the same email here, but just go ahead and make it RJ Smith. Don't use RJ Smith 83. And then use my email, my Goucher email, robin.smith@goucher.edu, and you can just fill in my first name and my last name if you want to. And you don't need to put anything for the website. And then for the password, if you could just make it um, Gophers 410 exclamation point. There we go. And then keep that checked so that I can know when you did it. And then just make me an administrator on the site. And then click add new user. It's not going to let me add a new user with this same email address here, but you get the point. You click it and it'll do it for you. So that's all. And that's all for this video. So in the next video, we'll start setting up Astra and Elementor.